Hi guys, it's Belle here and it's time for us to work once again on my Christmas journal, which I am making as my creative design team project for the lovely Tracy Fox. As always, the links to everything for her will be down below, including where you can find the Festive Dispatch ephemera kit, which is what I'm using in this journal. Last time we sewed the signatures in and made this button spine, and it seems that quite a few of you guys really liked that idea. And yeah, we put the signatures in. We also added last minute anything fabric as well. And we did the envelopes in the middle of both of these signatures, which I am super, I love this. Just this page, everything works so well on it. So yeah, I keep going like that because I keep thinking there's a pocket there, but there wasn't. In this video, we're going to start making pockets and tuck spots. This is what I tend to do before I make ephemera. The reason being, if I know, I pull out pieces, often pieces of ephemera I want to use, or and as you would imagine, this kit also comes with tags and a few postcards and things. So I know I've already got pieces, but I often, if I make the tags, journal cards and things like that first, I often end up with too many of them, pieces then to fit in the journal. So I like to always make the pockets first, so that I have some sort of idea how many pieces. Like I already know. And what I also tend to do is I will get a little piece of paper, and I already know that I'm going to need possibly journal card in there. So I know I'm going to need one there. I am going to put a pocket here. So what I will do is often where I'm going to put something, I will put a little thing just so I know there's going to be a pocket and I know what kind of pocket is going to go there. Now, I try to do about 8 pockets or tucks in a signature, 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. So I'm not going to put one here, although I am wondering about putting a little something here, so we'll come back to that. We've already got a pocket there, so definitely tag wise, I know I'm going to need a tag for there, but there's tags in here. I think I want something here. I'm not sure what yet. That would make it 3 pockets already on this side. We've got this. I am thinking if someone were to use this for a December daily or something, I'm trying to leave as many of these tea-stained pages, trying to leave as many of them blank as possible. Normally I would add a lot more pockets to the tea stain pages, but I'm trying to think ahead how people might want to use it. I know we've got a pocket here, but that doesn't, I'm not counting that into my 4. Saying I want to leave some of the tea stain pages, we could possibly do some sort of pocket here, but I feel like we need one here. Well, worst comes to worst, we could put one there, but I feel like one might have to go there. Again, they're just, oh, I know what we could do. I'm going to put it there. I'll show you why. Something's come to my head. No, we're not putting anything else here, so we're going on this side. Also, if there's a lot of ruffle and fabric, I often avoid putting a pocket there, depending how long it comes down, because then the fabric's going to get in the way, and what's the point of that? I feel like this needs a pocket. I do. Even after saying that about the tea stained, but that's what I think. That needs a pocket. We have this and this. This does not need a pocket. So that would be 1 pocket. Sorry, I wasn't counting. C. Okay. Feel like this could be good. Or here. Let's put it here. So that's 2 pockets. We have this. I think this would be good for a pocket or something. When I say pocket, it could mean tuck. So that's 3, is it? Let's go back and count. I've lost count. 1, 2, 3. So we've only got 3 there. Just got 3. If it's 3, that's fine. I don't need to force it if I don't think. But I feel like I might want something there. But then I don't like this as much. Do you know what? We're going to put it back on here. We just see the feet and that there, so it might be nice to put. I'm going to need more of these. I just realised these are my inked up ones as well, so they could leave a mark. Right, here I've already decided something's going to go there, so that's 1. Not putting anything here. I will put something here. I always put some sort of pocket on the behind the first page of a signature. It's just something I do. I think it's because I tend to put a tag or the name tag in there as well. So that's 1, 2. Don't want to do anything there. And we've got 3, 4. We've got 2. Well, we've got those 2 pockets quite close, and that would be 3. So we need one more pocket. I think this would work. Yeah, one would work here, but then that's covering up the tea stain. Could put one there. On this page, somewhere, it's either going to be, well, that one won't come, here or here. I also have a preference where I like to put pockets just on sides. What sides I like to put. Like this is quite bulky already, so I would have preferred it on here. But I do have quite a few envelopes and things, so we might be adding those. Like I think we can add something here. I might even cut this down. So that's 1 so far. Yeah, that is 1. I might add one here for 2. Don't know if I want to add one here for 3 or add one on here for 3. Because I'm thinking I might put one on the back. Which means I could add one on here. Could add one here or here. Let me do it here for now. Because by pocketing stuff, that might be an envelope. So we've gone through and I've worked out roughly where I want to put things. Now, as you've seen, I've already got something for here. This is a vintage Christmas card. It's not vintagey vintage, but it's vintage enough. Like it's probably about 20 years old. I love the style of this. I think it looks great. It already opens up, which I love. And I thought the green really worked. There's even like a green running through the plaid. And I thought that really worked on there. So we know we're going to put that on there. So I'll get that back, that paper clip. So we know that's going on there. And then I have 2 pieces that are pre-made. There are videos of me making both of these. I'll try and find this one and link it down below. I can't remember what I made this for, but for something. But this was one of my Tracy Fox for the December Daily Advent collaboration last year. This was one of the things I made for that, and this opens up and it's got magnets and it's got pockets and all sorts. So I want this, and I've just seen somewhere that I think it could work, because I'm going to put these, because I've already made them, in both in a different signature. But the bit I was thinking of that I think it will really work is here. Now, if I was to rip and tear this piece off, which I wasn't originally going to do, but I am going to do now. Right, I really need to do that. Obviously, I can use my ruler. I'm just going to rip and tear it ever so gently. Like so. I could have actually, if I thought about it, just stuck it down, couldn't I? But I'm going to put it there, because I'm thinking this would go really nicely on here. So this would be a tuck and this would be a tuck on here, and I think it works really well. So that's going to go there. Also, if I wanted to, what this could actually be is a flip out. We'll come back to that. And then over here, we've got this piece. And I'm wondering, would it work really nicely here? We've got a little tab. If you haven't seen this piece, let me show you. It opens up. We've got a writing pad. It's decorated on the back. And then this comes out like so. I may change the image to a Tracy Fox one because I can do that. I'm thinking there. What I was thinking originally is it would look so lovely here, right at the front of the journal. But then we could get rid of one of the other tucks. The only problem there is we'd have a tuck here, we'd have a tuck here, and we'd have a tuck here, and they'd all be very close together, which is not something I tend to like. But the reason I also like it at the front of the journal is that it doesn't add too much bulk through the signature because it's right at the front of the journal. I do really like it there, but also we do have this. It's still near the front, but it is because it's got these three-dimensional stickers. Can you see that? And that's part of my problem. Oh, I love it here. But it does make this front signature super heavy. But also, because of these, there's going to be bulk when you're writing. And actually, the further you get through, the less bulk that will be. It will be less of an issue. I'm thinking a lot. Do you know what? I'm going to put it here because I don't like the idea of there being so many pockets all in one place. But then we haven't got any for a little while. Okay. What do I do, guys? What do I do? This is where I want it. This is where I want it. Backwards and forwards, backwards and... But then this is just so plain if it hasn't... No, it's going here. If it hasn't got anything, it's just so plain. So we've now put those two things that I know are definitely pockets in. Now, I'm sure you were like, what, Belle? You're supposed to be making things in this video. Well, this is part of the process, guys. So we have to go through the process. Well, I have to go through the process. So Tracy has lots of these pockets in the kit itself. Oh, I just found another thing that I had. I have this little thing that was in my stash, and I could change this up for a Tracy piece or add something. So I'm going to put that to one side. And I have a couple of things that I know I want to try and add. Definitely. Oh, so many things. Okay. So usually at the front of this, I will always add a rectangular pocket. So we're leaving that and we're coming back. That's going to go there. So that's fine. We've got one here. Here I wanted something and it would work on this side. So I have a couple of options. There is this piece that I do really like and we could decorate it. So there's that option. There is envelopes because I was going to add some more envelopes. And that would flip out and that would look really cute. I do have other envelopes. Oh, where are they? Hold on. Like we could have another one of these. But the reason I don't want to do that is that this is made from one of these envelopes. So there's that. Or we can come in with one of Tracy's pockets because she has some sideways ones. Actually, that's super cute. That is actually really cute. I'm just having a look at any of the other sideways ones, seeing if any of them speak to me. Obviously, I want a sideways one from there. No, I like this one. Right, okay, so there we go. That was super simple. That one's going to go there. Right, nothing here, nothing here. Right, this side. Again, I would normally go for a rectangular pocket on here because I like my rectangular ones. We could bring in another one of these. That might be quite nice to bring in one of these rectangular pockets. Let's think about that because it will be a different type of rectangular pocket to the first one. Right, let's bring that in. Okay. And I said something here. Now, I think I would like some sort of envelope there. Like we have this longer one, which is quite cute. Actually, do you know what we do have? I have this envelope. Let's see if that would work on there, if it's wide enough. Because this is quite a wide envelope. So that would go on there and we can have it as a flip up. Or we could have it as a flip down. There's that. Sorry, I'm having a look at everything I've got. I've got this kind of envelope. No, I don't like that. Do have one of these, which is one of the CD sleeves. And I kind of like that. I do like that. But if we have this one, we could actually add one of Tracy's pockets to it. So we could do that. What do we think, guys? As I said, we could add one. My problem is this is almost the width. Because this page is quite small, I could cut it down, but I don't want to. And that's my issue with this. That's quite small. This is very thin, this one. But you could still add a pocket onto it. I think I'm going to go for this one, if I'm honest. I don't know where the paperclip went for that. Right, we're going to go for this one. Possibly I may change it. Okay, here, I was wondering maybe this one would go here. I think that's quite cute. That envelope's quite big. I'm going to trim it, but that's quite cute there. Okay, that's going to work. That's good, good, good. Now, do I want to add, like I said, one of Tracy's pockets? This one, we have this one. Oh, that little boy is so adorable. Oh, I like that one. So we have this one. We can add one of her things to. I think I like that. Okay. So we've done all of that. Now are we... Wait a minute. Am I not near the end yet? Okay. Well, we could still add Tracy's there. And we've got this. All right. That's interesting. I forgot about that one. Oh, that's too thingy. Right. Well, we could add another pocket, couldn't we? I think this little boy's super cute there. What do we think? I'm going to do other things to it. It's not just going to be... Well, do you know what? I really actually love that tree. It's not just going to be that. You'll see what I mean. But I'm just getting things in place. And then I can also see how chunky the journal is coming along. Again, rectangle there. So we will make one of those. Double checking. Lots of pockets there. Where's the next one? Here. All right, so we have this. I don't want to cover that up because I deliberately stitched all that on there. So I don't want to do that. But it could go on the inside of here. Oh my gosh, I can't even get it. So it could go on there. Trying to think where else. Did we already added extras? Oh, it's because we got those pockets. Because I'm thinking, where are all the pockets on this side? There. Where are the other places? Would the CD go here? It would stick out quite a bit, so that would be a no. I'm just trying to see if I want it anywhere else. No, we're going to put it here. Perfect. Brilliant. All right, so we have that. I may end up putting something there. We shall see. Okay, we're going to have that one there, which is good, good, good. I feel like, even though we don't need it, I have this little gold one. I think I also have a little red one too. Oh, I just found another pocket there. So I was wondering about putting that kind of there as another flip out. It's a possibility. I'm going to leave it on there for now. We have this. I wanted to bring this in. Yeah, that's going to go there. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. I've actually got two of them, so yeah. Okay, on here, let's put one of Tracy's ones. Do you have the little boy? He is so cute. Let's have this one. The one that just says December 25th. But isn't that the last page? Yeah. So I don't know if I want that. Let's put the cute little boy. Oh my goodness. I suddenly got a cough and had to stop everything I was doing. We could bring this one in here. That is what we could do because I've been after that. But also I have this. And I think this is really cute. And also, if you are using this as a December daily or something like this is a great idea because you can just tuck whatever you're working with in there. It would also work at the back. No, that's going to go there. All right. Well, I don't know where that paper clip went now. So let's grab another one and add that to it. Yeah, that is going to go there. So I have a few other things I wanted to add, but already, can you see already? This is already getting chunky with just those pieces added, and we haven't even added anything else. I had this piece I was going to make into a belly band, but maybe I'll do that in a separate video for a different kind of journal. Look, it's already I told you this was going to get chunky, guys. Okay, let's move all of this. Okay, you guys know anyway, it's one of my journals. It's probably going to end up chunky. So I was thinking of changing this out for this red one rather than the gold. Oh my gosh. We could have a double flip envelope. Okay, that's happening. That is now a thing. Oh, wow, the chunkiness. Yeah, if you've been here any length of time, you will know my journals get super chunky. But here's what I think. Wouldn't you rather have more in your journal that you could work with than less? And when you get the journal, you can take things out so it's not as chunky. So, you know, that's what I think anyway. So let's go back and go through it. I'm not adding, I don't think, anything to here. And we don't need a pocket on here. So that's good, good, good. Now here we actually need to make a pocket. So let's do that. I have pulled out some of my card that I have. Whatever card you've got, plain, really doesn't matter. Whatever you have to hand, please use whatever you have. I was wondering about making this a flip. Come on, none of you are surprised. Let's just go. It already flips. Look, it's already a card. Does it not make sense to just go, let's make it a flip? Sorry, I'm going to measure it on here. And then I'm going to trim it. If you're new to journaling, I'm sure there's lots of you who already know this, but if you are new to journaling, where is my pencil. That's not why I'm asking, because you guys won't know. But always make sure that you don't put the pocket all the way flush to the edge of the page, because it will just make a lot of your life more difficult when you're using the pocket. So we have that. Now this is really thick, so I am wondering, because it is super thick, make sure that's definitely straight. Yeah, I'm wondering I might actually add it, instead of as a pocket, as a tuck. I'm loving that though. I am actually loving it. And it doesn't matter if it's white. Normally I would tea stain everything, but because with this one there is white in the pieces of the kit, I'm just going to come around it. I was wondering, actually, no, I'm going to round the edges, because I love a rounded edge. So you could make this simply with some folded over scrapbook paper or card, whatever you've got, because I know some of you are following along and you may not have this exact thing. Doesn't matter. I say it all the time. I will always say it. Use what you have. Make it yours. Use your stash, because too many of us have too much stash and we're not using it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use what I have in my stash. So that's going to fit on there really nicely and be a side tuck. But I do want it magnetized. Again, you don't have to. I want it magnetized to keep it in place. And I'm going to use one of my larger ones, I think, for this, because it's... I'm almost out of these. I've only got about 8 left, so I need to get some more. So I'm going to do it on the inside here, and also need to think, because I need to decorate the front of this, so I'm going to add this first. I'm going to add it on the inside there. Perfect. And obviously that stands out. So what do we need, guys? We need some, trying to find, like, we could have this come in. That'll work. That's that little scrap left over from something else. This will work. It's from Tracy's kit. So that's cute. So let's do that. Yeah. Now, just because I like a pocket in a place doesn't mean that when I do come to actually finish it up that I think, oh yeah, no, that works there. Normally it does. I like to try and make sure that I am spacing my pockets out and thinking about making them all a little bit different in some way, because it adds interest to a journal, and also just changing up some of the pockets you'll be able to fit less in than others, utilizing flips and hidden writing space, because it's me. I need to really press that down. Let's come back in. So I like to sort of see that in the journal before I come to making it all. It just means it flows quicker for me to do it that way. Yeah, that's all down. Perfect. This is going to go on the back. There. Now, let's decorate this up. Let me get all my pieces. Right, so I pulled out some pieces. Now, I know this is going to be the front pocket, which means I also know the name tag for my journal is going to go here. I've pulled out some of the images that I love. Oh, it's got to be that one. I'm sorry. It's just beyond. Look at her writing her letter to Santa. I mean, what would she even be writing? Look how young she is. Oh my goodness. I just, yeah, so cute. I never wrote letters to Santa. It wasn't really a thing when I was little. But definitely my kids did. So I love all that. It's so great now because all these different places kind of do where there's proper little post boxes and things. She is, oh, I was wondering about putting a pocket on here. Sorry, I make myself laugh. I was wondering about putting a pocket on here, right? The reason being, the name tag would usually go in there. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know if any of these work. That could be a pocket that way, actually. I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like it. Also, this is going to end up super chunky. Okay, let's have a look in the Tim Holtz pieces, because I think in some of the Tim Holtz pieces there are, I want to say, picture frames. So let me have a look through those. Okay, so I did find a frame. How perfect is that? And that little girl is going to fit in there so absolutely beautifully. So I'm just going to go around this in some walnut stain. If you don't have any of the Tim Holtz pieces, this is from his Christmas Noel kit. Don't worry about it. You can make a frame easily. You could have a beautiful decorative piece of paper and die cut out of the middle of it. But this is what I'm going to do. Now I need to glue on the inside of here. Yeah, it's just so pretty as the start of our journal. So pretty. Not there. Thank you very much. Little girl. I feel like this is her journal. It's starting to speak to me now, and I feel like this is her journal and sort of her love of Christmas and writing letters and how she started when she was little, and then it's sort of her life. Maybe she even becomes a post woman, and then because she loves doing letters and everything so much that she actually becomes a post person as she gets older. See what I mean? You start working on a journal and this is what happens to me. I just start, things just tend to start working in my head. I think I like it down the bottom. Now this is very thingy, and this has to be a pocket. Do I want it to be a top tuck? I feel like I want it to be a side one. So that's what we're gonna do. Little side tuck. Yeah, I feel like it. So hopefully she's going to tell me her name soon. If you're new here, hello and welcome. But my journals always get named. When you commission a journal, you can ask for a specific name if that's what you would like. But otherwise, my journals tell me their name. And I know that sounds very, very odd, but it's just how it works. I'm wondering about cutting that bit off. It has got the stamp. That would work. That would work. I need to remember it needs to be a side tuck. I can put something like that just there. So some of these bits, this is from my own stash. That is a Tim Holtz. I do want this one. This is from Tracy. Now I know it has a shade of blue on it, but I also think that shade of blue works. I don't know why. I think it's because it's got green in it as well, so it's working for me. in this instance. Got this Tim Holtz piece, which I think I prefer. Or we could have Christmas delivery up here. Still have postcard maybe. Yeah. And then down here we could have this. I do like that. And then we have wishing you a Merry Christmas. Maybe that'd work down there. Where it says Christmas delivery, that's too much. It's too much Christmas. So that would go there. I did want to add a little letter. It has to be added in just the right space so it's not taking up too much. Maybe that can go there. December 1939. That's it. Right, I need to make sure I keep the Tracy stuff with the Tracy stuff and the Tim stuff with the Tim stuff. So I need to glue this to this. Yeah, this is it. This is her story. This is her journal. And how her story as to how she decides that she loves letter writing so much and loves Christmas specifically, but just loves writing stories, writing letters and keeping in touch with family and friends. And so this is going to be her journal, where she documents her life specifically over Christmas and letter writing and her favourite things. I'm sure there were stories, especially back then, people would have said, oh, I'm writing to my aunt, or I'm writing to my, don't know, sibling or something. And then that would have inspired her. Especially if you're thinking 1939. It would have been a nicer kind of letter to get after everything. Yeah. Okay, I love that. But now we need to make this into a pocket. Now you can see that's going to be a bit of a problem. Trying to put things in and out of here because of all this. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Things are going to get stuck and all of that stuff. So realistically, what I should have done was back this. So I'm going to get some card. Let's get a thinner piece. I just need it backed. There we go. That'll work. I need it backed so that when we're putting a tag in and out, trim that, it's not going to be a problem. Obviously you could back it with just plain paper, but there we go. And now I need to make sure this is stuck down really, really well so that nothing's getting stuck on it. So it goes into that. It's the edges mainly that I really need stuck down. Okay. Right, so this is the edge. The tag will be going in. Just adding even more bulk. We haven't even got to adding these tags yet, and already I've put how many layers on this front one? It's going to be a chunky one, guys. It's going to be a gator mouth, and what can I say? More is more at Christmas time, or in the land of Belle. So I love that. Okay, let's glue this. So her little name tag might go here once she tells me her name. If her story is coming, it won't be long till her name comes. So So, and who knows what it will be. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it, for a big Christmas one? Who knows? Who actually knows? Oh, I need to glue all around here too. Oh, you're just adorable. You're so adorable. Where is my cloth? I can't find my cloth. I just had my cloth. Where did it go to? Okay, I just have to press my fingers. Oh, what do we think, guys? I love that. Do you know what I was debating? Sorry, I made myself laugh. I was debating putting paper on the inside of here as well, but it's already so chunky. Now, to remind myself, because I make quite a few hidden pockets, so to remind myself, what I will often do is put something there, but actually paper clip it on, so that I remember that in that area is a hidden pocket, because honestly, guys, I can forget myself. Right, let's put the magnet down. Let's move this and this. Make sure this is on camera because that's what you need to see. And I need to remember that I'm actually putting this on as a more of a tuck. Okay, that's going to go there. And let's get some washi. Then we can put this on. Oh, I'm so excited. It just feels like, do you remember you used to, years ago, you can still get them I think, but maybe when you were little, do you remember paper dolls, and you'd get the basic doll with like her undergarments on and stuff, and she'd be there and you'd cut her out, and then there'd be all the different outfits that you could put on her, and it'd be everything from just, I don't know, pajamas and some slippers to a little dress for a party. But also one of the things that they would often have is other accessories as well, so maybe a winter coat with a scarf. When I start adding, I'm going to put this down slowly and you'll hear the click. Well, you'll feel that. Did you see that? When I start adding the pockets to a journal, I think of the journal as the paper doll with her basic undergarments on. And then when you add the pockets and the tuck spots and all that kind of thing, then what you're getting is that's her putting her first load of outfits on. And once you add the tags and stenciling, that's all the accessories. That might be a really weird way to think about it, guys, but that's how I think about it. I'm going to open this up so I can feel like that's coming up too much. So what I'm going to do is, even though it's meant to be a little tuck, I'm actually going to come in just under there and move this up a little so there's a bit more, a bit further up, to give it a bit more stability. Okay. And we have, yay, our first pocket tuck. It's usually, yeah, a tuck's normally three-sided, isn't it? Whereas a pocket isn't. Pockets, by three-sided, two-sided. Oh, my gosh. My head's in journal space now. My, my ability to speak is being lost as my head enters into the realm of the journal. Okay, so we have a little tuck spot there where her name tag will go. And then this will open up and we have a tuck here. Yay! I already know I want to add washi here or trim. One or the other. Okay, so we have that one. Whoop, whoop. First one down. Now we're going to add this. I was going to add, as I said, one of Tracy's images, but I've already got an image on here. This is so chunky, I've just realised as well. I've already got an image on here. Maybe I'll add something extra of Tracy's. That's on the back as well. Okay, that's good. All right, I could add something there as well. Woo! add something of Tracy's. That dark green envelope is really nice, actually. Yep. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, Santa charge. I might actually put that over the sparkling decorations bit. I think that works really well. If I do it like that, you won't be able to see any of the letters, hopefully, but it will look like it's got a double kind of thing because I can't pull that up. Okay. Love it. And this is our little girl. She's a bit older with her mum. To be honest, that's not 1939 outfit, but let's not get bogged down in the dates. Let's just think about the rough story. That's not going there. What else, Tracy? What wonders do you have in here that would work? Almost like that with the letter, but we're covering up too much of her. This is really nice, actually. Have the holly. No, it's not for there. It's not for there. We could just have Christmas mail across it, couldn't we? That's cute. It's going to cover up a lot of the little girl, though. So we're just going back to the envelope. That's what spoke to me, so that's what we're doing. Oh, I do have something, though, I might add from Tim. It's just sitting here. So, yeah. Let's do that. There she is. I've got this. I feel like that's their home address, you know. Decorating the tree. Oh, I love that down there. Yep. And then we need to put something there, like one of the Christmas rub-ons, I think, would work really well there. Yeah. Wonder if that's an actual street. I'd love to know. What do we want? Believe in magic. I think that might be too big. Deck the halls. I like deck the halls. Yeah, I was just looking, it wasn't on the front, so I thought that'd be a bit difficult. So these are the Tim Holtz rub-ons, but again, use what you have. You're gonna get sick of me saying it, but honestly, yep. I mean, here's the thing, if I don't use up my Christmas stash, I can't buy more, because that is the rule I've given myself, that I only have so much room and my Christmas boxes are full to bursting. So I can't buy more if I don't actually use it. Oh, they're just too beautiful. We've got this here, and I'm wondering about bringing in one of Tracy's, like, can just say Christmas mail across there, couldn't it? Christmas mail. That seems a bit big. I could cut it down, though. So there is that. A stamp that says Merry Christmas. Oh, I like that, actually. I'm looking for maybe a smaller one. We just have one that says Merry Christmas from Tracy's. That would work. Let's use that. Just have this. Just need it saying Merry Christmas. Obviously, the name that is most obvious would be if we call her Mary for Merry Christmas. But that doesn't seem right. I tell you, there's a name starting to take in my head, but I don't know if that is it yet. This is a very weird thing. I know, guys, but this is actually how my journal making process works. Did I close that off? That's not a tuck in any way, shape or form, is it? No. Yeah, this is how my journal making process is. So I was just checking. I'm putting a good amount of glue on here because this is a chunky. That the story starts to take place. Sometimes before I make the journal. Actually, usually before I make the journal, I like to have some sort of story in mind, just because it helps me when I'm actually creating the journal. It helps theme the journal, like feel cohesive. This time it's come together when I'm doing the journal, which is interesting. And then at some point the name comes. I never have a name straight away. My journals always tell me their name part the way through. Sometimes if they want to be particularly difficult, they tell me their name right as I'm adding the finishing touches, because I never feel like a journal's finished until it has its name. Now, because this is quite chunky, I'm going to hold it in place. Actually, I'm going to do it underneath. I'm going to hold it in place with these for the moment. But we have another little tuck. Yay! Now, this is open at the moment, and that's because I don't know if I want to add lace or anything to it. So I'm not even going to think about that right now. That's not what I'm doing. Okay, these need to be bent. Obviously, you can use all sorts of ways to do this, including a scoreboard, but this will work for me for this one. If you're capable, you can just fold them over anyway. I was thinking of putting some paper behind this, but I don't think I will, because we have quite a bit of bulk in this first signature, the first half of the first signature already. So I don't want to do that, but it is something we'll do in one of the later ones. Yay! And I don't know if I'm going to decorate this one yet, or if I'm just going to attach it and then we come back and decorate, because yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Right, let me just get all the glue off my hands. All right then, let's do this. What I am thinking is where I want to add some brads, because obviously if I'm going to add brads, I need to do that before I put anything down, but I don't think I want a brad on here. Do you see how chunky this is? Obviously we've got these, so there is that. Oh, I so badly want to make this a flip, but I'm not going to, not with this one. Just add a little pocket thing, Belle. Just add the pocket and walk away. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. I said I wasn't going to decorate it, but I do love that Tim Holtz bit. No, we're just going to put the pocket down. Just put it down and then walk away. Like so. And then I think, yeah, that will do. And I just need to think what I'm doing with that one. It hasn't said to me yet if it wants to be a double pocket or not. So what I mean by that is, do I want to bring in another piece of card underneath? Oh gosh, I just did that. Do we think that works? And then it would be a double tuck. Hold on. Did it tell me? And I just didn't think it did. Will this fit in here? No, that's all right, because we're going to cut it down anyway to size. I really need to keep my pencil in one place because this is getting ridiculous. I have 2 pencils. I'm just not putting them back. I think I need to sort out my little box here again. I've been doing a lot of crafting, so I think a few pieces have gone in the wrong bit. Okay, we trim about here, let's say. Let's have a look, and then that could be a double pocket. Yes, it can be. And we're going to round the edges of this as well. There you go. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I like that. I do. I know we've covered up some of that stenciling, but I don't mind because we still get this stenciling effect. That beautiful plaid stenciling. Just gonna do these. Just needs that bit done. Doesn't even need the bottom done. Let's press that down now. So that's flush top and bottom. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, wouldn't that be a great magnet? No, Belle. I was just thinking if I'd put a magnet there and already put one behind, that could have opened up for a hidden lighting space. I think my brain just works in how to add hidden lighting space to things. I just think it's great. And also, when you were little, did any of you make from lemon juice the invisible ink, and then you would write letters to your friends? I had a group of friends when I was, oh gosh, probably about 11, 12, something like that. And we used to write each other letters, and it was in code. But I've also made invisible ink, and we just used to love doing that because it was just fun. You know, when you're a kid and those are things you do, it's just fun. Right, we're not going to make that one today. This one I think I'm just going to have as is, but I might put trim on it, so I don't want to glue that one down yet. We'll come back with the trim bit. Okay, I'm wondering, because that's going to need decorating. This one though, I think this could just go on like that. However, it's a lot of red. Let's get a different colour on there, shall we? Shall we bring in, oh, this is cute. Let's bring in some gold. Now this is torn. This is so old, this envelope. I was wondering on here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I know we've gone past others that we haven't decorated yet, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. And again, where have you gone to, pencil? Why do you keep disappearing? Okay. And then what we might do is glue one of the other pieces down. I don't know. We might leave it there for today, to be honest. I did say that these were going to take a little bit of time. I want more there, so I'm going to bring in some of the Tim Holtz tape because I want to secure that bit. Again, this is from my stash, so right, that needs to be straight. But yeah, definitely let me know down below if you made hidden sort of ink and or codes. We used to love doing that, and it was just, yeah, I think I still have some of those letters somewhere from years ago now. And you haven't even, there's nothing even that you would be saying. It would usually be like, oh, I really fancy that person, or, oh, you know, I mean, we were really into sort of, funny enough, stories and things like that. So it might be, oh, you know, do you think there's this myth in this place, or da-da-da-da, or something else. I think I'm actually going to stick that flat to there rather than making it a pocket, a tuck and a tuck. I think I do want to stick it flat onto there because this is so fragile. I just don't think it'll work as a tuck. But I have had, you know what I'm going to say? I have had an idea. Oh, why do I do this to myself? But I think I might make this a hidden writing spot. I think that's what I might do. Yeah. So let me grab some paper. I just think it'll be fun. Okay, let me grab some paper right here. And now I think this is the last one we'll make today. And fold it this way, so I'm not wasting it. I'm going to glue this down. Yes, I'm going to be using magnets. Again, use Velcro dots. Don't use magnets at all. Don't make hidden writing space. Whatever it is, just do what works for you and what you've got. I feel like that's not straight, but it is straight, but it seems to be telling me it's not. I don't know. Maybe the paper's not straight. That is a very good possibility, if I'm honest. Right. Magnet time. Where did you go, my magnets? Ah, there you are. Now, I get asked all the time what magnets I use. I will leave them linked down below for you. I just get some off Amazon. I tend to work with 2 specific sizes, which I can't tell you off the top of my head. But I do know I think they're about 1 millimeter wide each time, because I like them thin, because I am using them in a journal. So I'll leave down below, but obviously that's who I buy from in the UK. So if you are outside of there, then just have a look for the equivalent that you can find. I will say, and I don't know, I don't really hear people talking about this a lot, but if you have pets and you are using these magnets, please make sure that you keep your magnets safe and secure when not using them, because your pets will need surgery if they swallow one of these. It's not good. So please do check all safety warnings. As you know, I have cats and they are often on my table. But did I chop the bottom of that off? I don't think so. I think that's still attached. Or is it? No, it's still attached. Yay! Well done me. But I just make sure mine are always put away. I never leave my magnets out at all after working with them. So yes, please be aware of that. Bit of health and safety in there with a Christmas journal. Maybe not what you were expecting, but yeah, it's just important. I'm wondering about stitching around this. It will make this very tight though, and I don't think I want that. But I could stitch the bottom and up the side and top and not the edge. Could do that, which is why I always make sure my magnet is not in a space. I need to make that decision now. Let me think. I'm looking at the page as well. I think I'm going to stitch. And I stitched around it. Please make sure, if you're going to do this, that you don't stitch this to it. I almost did. I went to put it in the machine and I thought, hold up, what are you doing, Belle? So, you know, we can all still make mistakes. Doesn't matter how long we've been doing this. Just going to have my magnet attach itself. Gonna do this. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to gently lay it down. So I'm not pressing where the magnet is. I'm laying it down on the other sides first and thinking about that. Then I'll press where the magnet is and you'll get a little bit of glue. And then you put the bit that's already got glue on top of the bit with the glue, because otherwise your magnet won't attach. And believe me, I have had that situation as well. And I'm going to bring in some of my Christmas washi just in case you can see it. I'll bring in that. So there. Do. Cute, cute, cute. Yeah. Pressing down all around the magnet. Making sure that attaches. Yep. Whew. I almost had oh no, I've made a boo-boo. And then doing the two sides. And this will be the last piece that we put in today. I think in the next episode we'll try and finish. Again, when I'm laying this, I'm doing it super slowly. And I'm letting the magnet attach itself before pressing any of the glued edges down. Yeah, in the next video, we're going to finish decorating what's in this signature. The pockets, all the different pockets and envelopes. We will finish doing that. Let's press this. And then we might even be able to start on the next signature. So we're probably going to need 3 episodes just for the pockets and stuff. I would speed it up, but I know some of you are following along, so I don't want you to be like, oh, what did she do there? And this is now a tuck spot. We've got a pocket here, and then this will open up for hidden writing space, and I love how that looks. So let's have a look. So today we worked out where we were going to put all the pockets and tucks and anything like that. Made our first one, which is so cute. Opens up. I've got a little tuck there. Got a pocket here already. We've added this as a tuck, but it's also got this writing space and a journaling card, which I'm going to move out a little bit. Very cute. We've added a double tuck here. Got our envelope. I've still got to think about something to put on the back of there. Didn't do this one yet. Haven't done that one yet. So we'll have to finish that, and that. Got to finish this one. We've added this little cutie. Then we've got a pocket to put here. That would be quite a simple pocket. We could do it now. No. So we've got 3 to do, maybe 4. And then I already know what I want to do with that one. So we will definitely do that one. And we might do another straight one. So that'll be in the next video, guys. And she's getting chunky. She's kind of already at where she should be. And we haven't put them all in the hidden pockets. And any ephemera. Oh, yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be back again soon with another video. But until next time, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.